our MVP for Chapter 3 is Honesty. Let's throw a little let's get some confetti. Let's throw some clips of her being awesome. Hello, and welcome to Shining Force 3 Scenario 3, Chapter 4, Expedition to the North. We just finished Chapter 3, and let me tell you, at the end of Chapter 3, all of the story came together. We met Symbios, we met Median, we stopped them from fighting. We said, hey Domeric, we have Melinda. Your plan has fallen apart. Everything cascaded into this beautiful set of events that we spent hours building. It was rewarding. Hold on, Julian. Benetrim and Gracia were discussing JuMSy, but have not reached a solution. What is JuMSy? Lady Melinda thought she would go to the castle. She didn't intend to participate in the conference. I understand you were worried. Yeah, I'm like, what's going on? They are making preparations. The Symbios army will march towards Remotest, and the Median army will return to the Empire. That's very trusting of Median. Like, we're gonna send our one army away from the capital you just tried to invade, while your other army can go back to the Empire and still be within striking distance to us. Like, I understand they're friends and they're on the same side, but like, I understand your concerns, but sometimes you have to be patient. Julian's been searching for revenge for a long time, folks. How are things going for Aspia? Oh no, I remember this town, and now it's all destroyed? You didn't come back, so the princess and I came looking for you. But if you're not at the castle, you don't know how the peace conference is developing.
No peace.
That's right. We didn't want to disturb the proceedings. Does that mean they are not done yet? Median, yay! Is this your theme? Median. How is Emperor Domeric doing? Yeah, really, my god, Emperor Domeric is terrible. The Empire has already made his mind up, so he is quite calm. Tristis, on the other hand. Tristis, the ship's security chief. Tristis, the ship's security chief, is the only one on guard for the Empire. The vessel is located south of Barsel. It's not surprising that Aspia would revolt. I'd have done the same if I were a citizen of the Republic, although I'm sure my father wouldn't be happy with that view. Brother, the garrison is prepared, which means we can leave. Are you gonna come with me? Are you gonna leave us, Isabella, to go hang out with Median? I guess blood is thicker than water. I don't know what that means. I don't think my father wants to remain here. He would rather leave the Republic as soon as possible. We must prepare for the march north. Then perhaps we could meet. I forgot to thank you, by the way. My thanks, Julian, for helping my mother. I have to say, I'm incredibly psyched to be marching north. North hopefully means snow. And have we ever seen snow in a Shining Force game? Have we ever seen snow in a Shining Force game? I don't think there's snow in Shining Force 1. I don't think there's snow in Shining Force 2. And I mean, I've never played CD. We're gonna fix that if you're looking at the list there. But yeah, so this will be my first, hopefully, encounter with snow. It does snow in places in the world. Camelot Studios. If you had not brought her here, we likely would have had to battle the Symbios army. This was prevented, thanks to you. Many great warriors throughout history have gathered at the gate of Aspia Castle. Oh, it's Simba. I'm sorry. Oh, really? Han is attending him? If you're all here, that means the conference with Benetrim and the others is still going on. I don't think I could face Gracia. It's weird that Khan, I mean, technically Khan is important in the story because he is, he has the Ebeltham Orb, which we use to battle Bullsum. But it just feels weird that, like, it's not Masquerade or Grace or other characters I can remember, and it's Khan. We got lost as we searched for the secret of JuMSy. We should greet them properly, but they are still deep in discussion. Perhaps you should get going, Lord Symbios. What the heck is JuMSy? Julian. He fell into the river after attacking Gaul. Yet you joined the Median army and marched to Ebeltham. If that hadn't happened to Julian if that hadn't happened to Julia, oh my god, if that hadn't happened to Julian and I hadn't met my older brother, Estonia and Melinda would have been in great danger. I must ask you to forgive me, Symbios. My army inflicted damage on yours. Yeah, it did. What are you talking about, Median? That was to help Melinda and our soldiers, don't you see? No, you literally took out my reserve army. Now that I think about it, we should thank the Emperor. It was his plan that prompted the Median and Julian armies to come to Aspia. We are in, like, minute 40 of pure story going on here. Come to think of it, there seems to be some strange connections between all of us. For us and Julian, this event allowed our trust to grow, and now we are all marching towards the same goal. There is something odd with this situation. It can't be a coincidence. Perhaps it's not a coincidence. Ah, Duke Pulsus. I usually don't accept destiny, but right now it feels like fate for these three. If this is our destiny, I welcome it. If history is to change, let it change. If the world is to be destroyed, so be it. If my fate is to be destroyed, I must simply laugh. It has allowed us to do battle alongside Median and Julian. I agree, I don't like war, but I'm proud to battle alongside these two armies. Symbios, I know you want to stay, but we must proceed soon. I will arrive later than everybody else, since I must accompany my father to Estonia. But I will definitely be there. Are you walking into a trap, Median? Because, I mean, that uppity General Steele is still there, and Madrodon is still there. Like, I worry. Oh, now Julian doesn't talk. It's a shame we can't join you, but I'm sure Gracia will decipher the secret of JuMSy soon. So, on our last video, we talked a little about like, what the heck is JuMSy? Is it a translation error? Is it not? So I did enough Googling to realize that it's not a translation error, and unfortunately, I learned the secret of what JuMSy is. I'm not going to explain it, but unfortunately I know, and it's kind of interesting hearing these people trying to figure it out. Symbios, it is time for us to leave. Bullsum Stronghold, Remo Test, is to the north. We'll meet again there. Do we get a scenario 4 where we guide you to Remo Test, Symbios? Good, now that Symbios is gone, the important people can talk. Prince Median, we should leave as well. No, we just reunited. If we are kept too long, something could happen to the Emperor again. We should also be on our way, but know that you and Symbios are our inspiration. Ebeltham speed, Julian. Julian, see you in the north! This will be difficult for Median. The Emperor is fond of Aspia. He will have a hard time returning to Estonia. My brother and Symbios have left. Now we are alone. Again. We left the camp to see Julian and the others. Our army is probably concerned. Bridget, shouldn't we head back soon? Everyone in the army will be worried. Could you have a look around without disturbing Gracia? Oh my god, do I get to play the game again? That would be pretty crazy. It's been 40 minutes. Actually, you know what? It's been more than 40 minutes, because there was story after we defeated Kudan and Yasha. Isabella insists I go to the conference. As you should, Bresby. I will head there now, though I am against it. Bresby, not a fan of peace. Aspia Castle, Town 2. Look at these poor people. Had their town ruined by the Empire. Even without a tavern, I can still do business. I carried this barrel of ale out of the store, and I'm selling it just like this. Give me your ale. While the merchant was sleeping, Aspia was invaded. Even if he wanted to go back to his country, news of Garvin's death arrived. I wonder if he's planning to stay in Aspia. What's up, dude? This sure is a life. Drinking under the blue sky. The drinks are flowing more than usual. Is it the life? I wonder if this is a place where, if I've already looted stuff, I can't. As the sounds of battle got closer, I was watching the rampart. After a loud noise, the wall came tumbling down. Is this, Yep, this is our tavern. Or not our tavern, but our command center. And actually, since we're here and we're going to have to make a decision, and it does sort of correlate to what we're going to be doing, we have to bring our big, strong, strapping lion warrior Leon back into the party. And that means our level 16s are going to get cut. And that means it's either going to be Herald or it's going to be Honesty. Now, coming into this, I thought it was taking Honesty up. But seeing Herald being level 16, and we have to break the important news here. And that is our MVP for Chapter 3 is Honesty. Let's throw a little let's get some confetti. Let's throw some clips of her being awesome. So, because of this, Honesty, you're going to stay in the party. And Herald, you may have impressed us. Actually, there's no may have about it. You have impressed us. But the time has come for you to leave for now. Don't worry, you will probably come back. I think it really really says how good archers are in this game, that the people I've been taking in and out of my party because they've been high level have been the archers. Finbayos has headed to the front lines, but if I think about the Empire attacking us again, I feel so helpless I might cry. Why are we going to the church? We don't need to go to the church yet. And there's nobody in the church we're talking to. Alright, also, I've been holding it against talking about this all freaking stream, but guys, not related to Shining Force at all, but do you believe it? It is Saturday, April, I don't know what day it is. The Toronto Maple Leafs, the hockey team, have beaten the Tampa Bay Lightning in overtime, and they have advanced to round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. They have been 0-13 in, games they could move on. I'm going to try to keep the Leaf talk out of this, but I am so freaking excited. Aspia was protected from invasion, but Dad was... When he pulled us from the rubble, he couldn't move at all. Instead of me, Oh no. The Titan leveled our house. It looked like the children were going to be crushed under it. Their father was killed saving them. We are building him a magnificent grave. Oh my god, that's so sad. Thanks to the Symbiote army, Prince Armant's army was defeated. The Titan helped too. At first it was the Empire's ally, but then it attacked everything that moved. What a difficult battle for the Symbiote army. Yes, it was a very difficult battle for the Symbiote army. I'll tell you what. Where are we even going? Into the oh, no, there's the conspicuous open house. Oh, that's the... We don't need to go there. That's the, So this is going to take us across the bridge here. Oh, the big battle bridge. Can I come down here? Oh, I can't come down there. I wondered if I could come down there. This is where that battle with the Titan took place, and Aurat. Have we been inside this castle before? I'm just trying to think if we have or not. It looks vaguely familiar. But I mean, all of this stuff looks vaguely familiar to me. Oh, we've walked into the peace conference. Excellent. And it's being brokered by Benetrim, Melinda, and Gracia. Unless this is just a conference to try to figure out what we're doing next. Melinda, you may be onto something. In fact, that's right. Why didn't we realize it sooner? It's hidden in the arrangement of the letters. That's why we didn't notice it before. Oh, here it comes. Good day to everyone. Have you figured out the secret of JuMSy? I have. Have you? Yes, Lady Melinda solved the riddle. King Benetrim and I had a lot of trouble with it. So how did she solve it? I thought JuMSy might refer to a person or a secret scripture, so I had been thinking about what it could mean. JuMSy is an old cryptic word, so we were unable to determine its meanings. And it's going to be something silly, isn't it? When I heard the two of you talking, I realized it could be a lot simpler than that. We were pondering how to deal with Bolzum, and Lady Melinda thought it might have something to do with the name abbreviations. Pourquoi? The names Julian, Medine, and Symbios. By adding the first letters of each name, create the word JuMSy. How do you know that's the answer? That's like a guess. Having spent a lot of time in the Imperial Library, I became adept at spotting wordplay. It must be a coincidence. Thank you, Bresby. It has to be a coincidence. We have considered many alternatives. I think this is very likely. No. If this is true, what should we do? I don't see how this is true. This is a wild guess. I believe JuMSy will give us strength. If I have been blessed by JuMSy, I believe I have been given hints about this. No, yet this is a wild freaking guess, guys. Like, if we had solved the riddle just a little earlier, we could have caught Lord Symbios and Prince Medine before they left. Ah, but their armies are already gone. Yeah, I'm not sure what we need them for. This hasn't been explained to me. What do we need JuMSy for? JuMSy will be important when confronting Bolzum. I guess Bolzum is to the yes, Bolzum's to the north. Yes, JuMSy may be our trump card. The three armies are moving separately. If one should fall in battle, the consequences would be very serious. Those two armies will persevere, won't they? I don't know, it's tough to say. I mean, we're gonna say yes. They've done so far. Lord Symbios shouldn't have much difficulty, but Prince Medine must extort the Empire back to the capital, which will be a difficult journey. And he'll also have people there with swords in their back. We must act quickly. Although they are strong, it's difficult to know what Bolzum will do. So do we just recall everybody? Very well, let's get moving at once, Julian. No, Bresby, you must protect Melinda. What? If Bresby remains here, who will be the advisor for the Julian army? Exactly, who will? Who? As the Julian army heads towards Remotest, should I act as advisor, Gracia? Oh, you would love to just worm your way into my army, wouldn't you? You are the king! Blah 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 blah. I understand your concern, Lady Melinda, but I feel it is my duty. The king on the front line? Well, that's because Benetrim is a real front line. He's a real king. Emperor Domeric was always at the front line despite his title. It's the same thing, Bresby. I mean, these are ancient times. And a lot of ancient battles, the king or the general was at the battle. And, I mean, it's very much like Shining Force in a sense of, if you would defeat the general or the leader of the army, the old army usually would crumble, because they'd have no reason to fight, so they'd turn and they'd run. And that's kind of what happens in Shining Force when you lose your hero. Although after he became emperor, he was only at the front line when had the backing of a large army. Are you certain you want to do this, King Benetrim? They kinda called Domeric a coward. Which good, Domeric is a coward. I am. Maybe it's just a feeling, but I want to go to Remo test. I see. And Bresby, you can't. Very well. I shall stay at Lady Melinda's side and protect her. Then it's settled, Julian. King Benetrim, I wish you well. Why thank you, Lady Melinda. Now that the roles have been decided, we must reach the Symbios army before they press too far. Oh my god, we're doing it again. It's just always about Symbios. Symbios is a concern, but he can take care of himself. There are other things to worry about. I will explain later. Oh good, we're not going to be chasing Symbios. Our destination is far beyond the Great Wall. The journey to Remo test is through unknown territory. We must be careful. That means we're going to have a lot of battles that aren't really important. You know, oh look, a field of enemies and hellhounds and skeletons. Fight them, but there's no storyline reason. But that's okay, because we haven't had a slow... Up ahead is the ruins from which the Titan appeared. It is currently off limits to everyone but scholars, because we don't know yet if anything else will emerge. Okay. So maybe I have been in this castle before. Or maybe not. It's kinda tough to say. This is the throne room. Okay. We have totally 100% been in this castle before. So I don't think there's anything worth exploring. I think we already have what we need. And we're gonna head out soon. Oh, Julian. Oh, who's yelling Julian? Who are you? And you're with King Benetrim. Am I supposed to know you? Have you forgotten? Yes, that's right. You two helped us purely. Are you the refugees? Oh, I'm the leader of the refugees. My life was saved at the railroad switching point. For that, I thank you deeply. Oh, the refugee leader. We parted ways at the crumbled overpass, but I'm glad you were able to escape. I'm glad because the amount of effort I put in to saving these refugees. My god. I wanted to give my thanks to the Symbios army, but because we didn't have the papers to pass its storage, we got held up and were too late. Is that so? That's a shame, because the Symbios army already moved out and is no longer in Aspia. What a shame. If only there was somebody here you could give stuff to. I would like stuff. Oh, I see. That's a pity. I even brought a gift of thanks, but now I can't give it to Lord Symbios. Maybe we could deliver it for you. Or I could just take it? Really? Will you see Lord Symbios? I mean, we hope so. I come from a military family, but I dislike battle, so I decided against becoming a soldier. I took this weapon when we fled, but I wanted to give it as a gift of thanks. Please make sure Lord Symbios gets it. The Justice Sword. Julian's hands are full. He gives it to Gracia. So, I don't know who... Well, okay. I'm gonna say I don't know who uses swords. You should not feel burdened, Julian. You took his gift of kindness as a favor. Well then, let's get going, Julian. Everyone is itching to depart. So, we got this Justice Sword. But, there's a problem here. And that problem is... Julian doesn't use swords. But we do have somebody who does use swords. A certain... Wait, Pruden can't equip the Justice Sword? What? I guess, Pruden, you are stuck with that Dark Blade. Do you think you can equip a Rapier? Can't equip that either? Pruden, what good are you? I was hoping we could give you that Justice Sword. We could say you weren't actually going to be imprisoned by your dark sword any longer and you weren't going to continue your dark journey to become Arthas. But no, you are stuck with that dark sword, and it will poison your existence, slowly driving you insane as you turn your back on Symbios and Median and plunge deeper into darkness. But thanks for joining us, everybody. That is going to be our recording today. A little shorter than usual, but I do think we're coming up into some random battles, and we'll just start those fresh next time rather than diving into them right now. So thanks for joining us, and go Leafs go. It's awesome to be in the second round, and I'm quite happy the stream did not devolve into me talking about the Leafs the whole time.